Listen, I was really hoping Granny was going to go live because I wanted to join panel and talk some shit if she was going to go over Betty's stream from this morning. Ugh, that shit torqued me up. But before we get into that, freak snakes unite. Chloe Joe, glad to see you, love. Before we get into that, what we're going to do is we're going to discuss TPE's video. I know a lot of people have problems with it, but even with those problems, a few of the people that were mentioned have graciously taken the criticism. Nonsense, Duchess, Granny, they've taken that criticism. Are they happy about it? Of course not. But they've taken it, they've accepted it, they've embraced it, they've sat on it and thought about it. But I do understand the main thing that I think they were upset with is the fact that TPE lumped them in with the rest of the tragedy pimps. And it's like, I don't think that's what TPE was meaning to do. It was just a screenshot live. Um, but it's like, girl, if you're going to call out, because we consider ourselves the good side, whatever. I mean, or people consider us the good side. Just don't mix the good side with the bad side. Call us out in a whole nother video because we ain't fucking with them. we don't want to be in the same video with them. Hey, Melissa J, glad to see you this morning. So there's that. I do understand that anger. And that's exactly what I told TPE. Like, girl, I would have been pissed. And I left a comment on our thing that said, like, maybe you could have gave a heads up to Dutchy, Nonsense, and Granny the same way you gave a heads up to Queen, But everybody fucks up. But I think that being angry at it takes away from the real conversations that have, needed to be had from it. And I know Nonsense went live late last night to talk about another guy that's on her radar. And she mentioned that. She was like, it really does open up more of a conversation about these hashtags. Because yes, we combat these tragedy pimps who use the hashtags. We use the hashtags too sometimes to combat them. Because if they're using them, they're going to be the ones pulled up, Hey, Pearl, I missed you on the jerk yesterday, girl. But as I said, some people took it graciously and some people didn't. Actually, hold up. Let me take that word back. Not people. A person didn't. Listen, I understand, Queen, it's hard to have a mirror put in front of your fucking face to acknowledge your actions. But it is what it is. We all go through it. It happens. Instead, you took that chance to deflect onto me, Nunya, and Deets. Tell me you're a bitter bitch without telling me you're a bitter bitch. Because I ain't done nothing to you. I ain't said nothing about you. Miss me with that shit. That goes to you too, Cappy. Because instead of saying, hey, maybe there's something you could learn from that video, you're like, no, deflect. Like a fucking bright ass deflection sign or something. It was so weird. Like, how the fuck? And the reason I say tell me you're a bitter bitch without telling me you're a bitter bitch is because how the fuck does TPE come out with a video and y'all automatically think to blame me, Nunya, and Deets? That shit's weird. That shit's creepy. Cappy, you've been clipping my shit with some weird ass titles. I know you're a cringe watcher. I get it. I know you're a hate watcher. I get it. But bitch, you are obsessed lately. Cut it out. How the fuck is it fair for y'all to put TPE's video on me, Deets, and Nunya? Did a whole fucking live stream. Half the live stream was about it. Are you kidding me? You know what? That's as far as a reach as Bullhorn Betty saying that JLR is working behind the scenes with Queen B. Right, Queen? That's a far fucking reach. And that's exactly what y'all did yesterday. Y'all took that opportunity to throw us under the bus and make it seem like we were having something to do with it. I messaged TPE yesterday and I told her, bitch, now let's not forget, I didn't even know TPE released the video. The proof is in the pudding. It's on Nonsense's live stream. I went to Nonsense's that night and I seen what they were talking about and I was like, what the fuck happened? I was so confused. So then in the chat, they told me TPE did a premiere. I said, okay, let me go back. In the chat, I said, let me go back. So I went back. I went and watched TPE her video on 2 times, and then I came back into Nonsense's and I told Nonsense and then what my opinion was that was wrong about it, and it was being lumped up with the others. Outside of that, everything else, the hashtags, the attacking families, the reviewing interviews, those are things TPE has a problem with. That's her opinion, and she's allowed that. But anyways, I didn't know anything about it. TPE is Tragedy Pimps Exposed. Please drop her link if y'all haven't. I didn't know nothing about it. So when I seen Nonsense talking about it, I went and, educated my fucking self, even though not that any of that side would know what that is. But I went and educated myself on it and got called up. I went back in Nonsense's chat and even said in Nonsense's chat, damn, I'm surprised I wasn't in that video. Why? Because I've fucked up before. I've used Sebastian Rogers hashtags. I have attacked Seth and reeled myself in. It's all about self-reflection and accountability. If you're not willing to reflect on your actions daily and correct them as needed, then you just sit in limbo, being the same shitty, trashy person you gonna be. So my bad for TPE not having a screenshot of my Sebastian hashtags. My bad for TPE not calling out the Dylan Realms live stream we did on Deetz's. My bad for TPE not highlighting when I used to attack Seth. My bad. That's all my fault, right? That's all my fucking fault, right? Do y'all see how fucking delusional that is?